So I'm Kristina BadHand. I am the new editor-in-chief of Ink Comics. I'm also a Native American comic book artist and a freelance artist, and you are watching Groovey.TV.
Hey, this is Groovy. I'm here with the amazing artist, Kristina BadHand, here at Breckenridge Brewery. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
This is so awesome. And we have so much to talk about today, but you are going to be at Denver Comic Con, correct?
Yes, I will be. I'm the editor-in-chief of Ink Comics, which is Indigenous Narrative Collective. We've got our booth. We've got about 5 different artists coming. We're a collective of all Native stories, all written by Native people.
That's awesome. Can you say who some of the artists are going to be, or is it going to be a surprise?
So we've got Arrogant Star. She does Super Indian. It's kind of a satire, very funny. It's about a Native American boy who basically eats government commodity cheese and gets superpowers. And her new issue, which is the 2nd volume, is coming out. And basically it's really hilarious because her main villain is Blood Quantum, and he walks around drinking the blood of full-blooded Indians. So it's really quite hilarious. It's a really good title. And we were going to have Teddy So, who does Captain Paiute, but I don't think he's actually going to be able to make it this time.
Oh, okay. Someone came out for something? Yeah.
I think those are the main 2 artists that we've got coming. Then we've got myself, and we've got a couple of writers, Michael Sayashi, Lee Francis, coming as well.
Right on. And your art is just, I absolutely love it. It's amazing. Can we see some of it?
Yeah, of course. So this is actually what I'm going to show you guys is Cowie. This is going to be our premiere comic at Denver Comic Con. It's actually a Polynesian-inspired Beauty and the Beast, written and illustrated by me. So I'll scroll down so you guys can see a little bit. And we're premiering this at Denver Comic Con. It's part of a series I'm doing about Native American inspired fairy tales. I basically took the tribe's stories and the people's different kind of mythologies and blended them with traditional fairy tales. And so I've got this one, and then the next title when we're done with Cowie is actually going to be Kupun, and that is an Alaskan Inuit Little Mermaid.
Wow.
So it just lets you see a little bit about what to expect. Like I said, that title is going to be available at Denver Comic Con for sale. We've got a couple also great books. Got Captain Paiute, Super Indian, Michael Sayashi's book, which is Native American representation in comic books.
Right on.
And I think those, and then we have Code Talkers as well. Code Talkers.
I love that, yeah.
Yeah, it's a historical fiction. So it's an anthology. It has all of our artists in it. It's really good.
Right on. I know Dina's a big fan of it. He talks about it all the time.
Awesome. Great.
So you have a lot going on at Comic-Con. You're very, very busy.
Yeah, we are. We're definitely, it's one of the main conventions that we really like to go to. We really love Denver Comic Con. We're always invited back.
Right on. And you're a wicked cosplayer, too.
I guess so. I like to cosplay for fun. I'm not one of the people who kind of take it as a profession, but I think it's just fun to be dressing up like my favorite characters.
What are you going as this year?
I'm actually going as Echo from Daredevil.
Really?
Yeah, and I was trying to do a Carnage X-23. She was my own creation. But with all of the ink, and I just accepted the position of being the editor-in-chief, I don't think I can make the claw like I wanted to, so I'll have to debut it some other time.
That's awesome. Right on. And there's some other events you're working on as well, too. Can we talk about those?
Yeah, so for anybody who can't make it to Denver Comic Con, we are actually doing a ink pre-party, which is going to be at Tokabe, the 44th and Lowell location, and it's 4 to 6. We want to do kind of like a community party that allows anybody who can't make it to Denver Comic Con to see our titles, kind of hear who we are. We're always looking for new Native artists, so anybody who wants to do a title, we'll look at it and see if we can start publishing some of them. And so at this party, I got free cupcakes. So we got free cupcakes. And
free cupcakes rule!
Yes, free little mini ink cupcakes, and we'll have a photo booth, and we'll just have a good time before the con starts.
Yeah, because it is actually before the con. It's Friday night. I think it's even before the launch party.
It is. I actually timed it that way because I know a lot of us want to go to the launch party. So this way, anybody in the community who can't make it to Denver Comic Con because they can't afford it can actually come and check us out and see what we're all about.
Even people who are going can go because it's like the pre-launch of a pre-launch.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's welcome. It's not just a native-only party. Like anybody can come. We welcome it, and basically just talking about our work.
Right on.
Yeah.
And the food there is amazing.
Yes, Tokabe is awesome. I'm actually working on a Tokabe origin story comic, which will also be premiering at that pre-party. It's going to be really cool. It's just a little small, like 10-page comic talking about how they got started and their whole, kind of their origin story. So.
Do they have superpowers?
No, they don't have superpowers.
Well, I think they do because the food's amazing.
Yeah, and Ben and Matt are just great. They're like, they help everybody. They're just amazing. But since it's an origin story, I had to keep it somewhat realistic.
Awesome.
And it's the history of the restaurant, which is all about their community and how they really want Tokabe to make a difference. And I think it has.
Oh, yeah, I totally think it has. Absolutely. Is some of your art hanging in there at all?
No, actually, Walt Poirier is in there right now, in Stronghold Society, which I also help out with because Walt's amazing and Stronghold Society is great.
We support Stronghold and Walt as much as we can, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Ben and Matt said maybe after Walt's done kind of being in there for a few months, then I'll probably be next. We'll just see.
Oh, I hope so, because your art is wicked amazing. Now, also at Denver Comic-Con, you're going to do some panels and stuff, correct?
Yeah, we're doing a panel on Native American representation in comics, just in general, kind of the folklore and myth behind Native American culture, and then we're also doing Indigenous women representation in pop culture, not comics, sorry.
Why not?
And with that, actually, we have a guest panelist, which I'm so happy to have her. We are having Adrienne Chalapa. She's a Native comedian and very big activist for the mascot issue, and I'm so excited to have her on the panel.
That is so cool. Right on. So, like, how are you going to balance, because you're so busy at the con? You have all editor-in-chief, you got the booth, you got the panels, you're bringing in special guests. I mean, how are you going to handle all that cosplaying?
Well, I'm crazy. I'll just tell you that now. No, I love to multitask, and we actually have a good system this year. We're only doing 2 people at the booth at a time, and we're going to have hourly shifts. So it's a little bit less crazy than last year. Last year I was cosplaying, and it was my first time ever doing a booth at a convention. And it was also my friend's first con ever. So Warpath, Juwan Lakota, that was the first time he'd ever been to a convention. So I ended up having a lot of time spending like trying to show him around, and that was just crazy. So this year we actually have a shift going on. And
What is he cosplaying at this year?
if he can make it, I think he's going to try to be Warpath again, sorry, and also Ripclaw.
Nice.
So that's going to be really fun. I'm pretty sure he's coming. Not quite sure yet. We'll find out. Yeah.
Right on. Besides everything you're doing, if you have any other time at the con, what are you most excited about at Denver Comic-Con?
That's always hard because I just love Denver Comic-Con. It's one of the home cons that are just awesome. Oh, yeah. And I usually tend to walk around and network a lot. Like, I love going to Artist Alley and supporting other artists and just talking to everybody. I'm kind of excited for some of the celebrities, but I've been more excited about some in the past, so we'll just see. Amy Acker, I'm really excited about. I would love to try and meet her because that would be awesome.
I totally agree on that.
Yeah, I watched Buffy and Angel. I was definitely a big Angel fangirl for a while there.
Oh yeah, and it's funny because like I was introduced to Buffy and I was like, oh my god, this could be horrible, and then I was totally geeked out for the whole series. Then I geeked out for Angel. I'm like, more.
Yeah, I got to meet James Marsters the first con, and that was like my starstruck story. So I got to show him my artwork. I drew him.
What are you doing?
And he made me show it to the entire panel. So everybody in the panel saw my artwork, and he zoomed in on it and said he looked beautiful, and I walked out like so starstruck. My boyfriend was like, wow, are you okay? And I was like, I just met someone I've had a crush on since I was 14. It was quite funny, but it's definitely one of my favorite con memories because
Right on.
it was being acknowledged by someone that I used to watch and like love. It was really cool.
The magic of Denver Comic-Con.
Exactly. And it's kind of funny because Denver Comic-Con has been kind of a really big stepping stone for me, actually.
Really?
Because when it first started, I wasn't actually going to go. I was working at Tokabe, actually, and wasn't going to go. And Ben and Matt told me that James Marsters was going to be there, and I was like, I have to go now. I went, he saw my artwork. I ended up talking to Ilya from Pop Culture Classroom. And the next year, I volunteered and worked in the kids' chorale. Okay. And also ended up becoming a teacher for Pop Culture Classroom. And during that time, I was on my way to the bathroom, ran into Ink, and met like Lee and everybody with INC. Talked to them, they picked me up as an artist. The next year I had a booth with them, and then now I'm the editor-in-chief of Ink. So it's been a really big stepping stone for me with Denver Comic Con.
That is so awesome. That's like a total success story.
Yeah, I guess so.
Awesome. Right on. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Awesome. This is Groovy. I'm here with the amazing artist, Kristina BadHand. Denver Comic Con's coming up. Check out her booth and panels and cosplay and everything else you're doing.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. All right.